I'm at the airport waiting for our flight number to be called. Should I be happy, scared, excited, or anxious? All our family crowd around for their last hug goodbye. I can still remember that warm, affectionate hug to this day. Flight 2357, calling all to Flight 2357. A teardrop falls softly across my cheek, a feeling I've never felt before. The deal's done. Goodbye. This is my story. On the 1st of January 2003, I left South Africa along with the rest of my family in the hope of soon becoming Australian citizens. Couldn't wait for the time to come, getting on that plane. Starting something new was always fun, leaving many behind wasn't always as easy. I was stuck between emotion, sadness, excitement. Arriving in Australia, it didn't take long to realise exactly what a massive country it is. Everything looked different, and I then had no idea why I had done this. I didn't want to leave the familiar. Everything was different. Everything looked different. Everything even smelled different. Everywhere I went, I would eat food I wasn't accustomed to. The whole family just felt lost. Scared of the unknown, and nothing was familiar. But little did we know that that's when the greatest moments in life got given a new dimension. We realised that there is a lot more to Australia to give it golden soil and wealth for toil. It was all the small things that counted. A couple of years back, we were asked to say what were the first things I thought about when hearing the word Australia. And it was all the small things. Vegemite, koalas, kangaroos, corked hats, clean beaches and outback boys. Your turn. You think of, say, South Africa and animals? Not that much. Where else do you hear the words Arvo, Barbie, Ute, Tucker, mate? Mate can be said to anyone, your best friend or a stranger walking down the street. We are all mates. Now, did I really want to remain in that other country where the greatest moments in life were expensive, and in order to enjoy them, you had to either pay money or put your life on the line, and whatever moment I had was impacted on the way I experienced them? Never would you realise that my greatest moment in life would be just this, everyday life. Day by day, the moments of sadness in this new country disappeared, and life started filling up with one great moment after the next. I was now looking forward to eating my meat pie at the footy and smiling when I got called mate. Each year, I look forward to standing proud on Anzac Day, hearing the bugle play the last post. Australians all, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. When you walk down the main street, it's an easy stroll, one step in front of the other. Walking for miles on an untouched beach is a moment that can only be captured by our memories. Mum and I walked together picking up shells, without having to worry about being attacked, raped, or even murdered. It is hard to imagine that children can't even ride their new bikes they got for Christmas to buy Mum her loaf of bread, even if the shop is just down the road in a good neighbourhood. But then, 5 years later, came the greatest moment of them all. The day they gave us our citizenship papers and said we are now true Australians, and we could go places holding our Australian passports proudly in our hands, enjoying this freedom, just like a true Aussie bloke who enjoys his 4X down the pub. But now that I've been here in Australia for these last years, I realise that the greatest moment in life depend on the time, the place, and the situation. For Libby Lenton, her greatest moment is to break the world swimming record. For me, it is to safely swim in a public pool. My whole outlook on life has changed, because now I realise that life's greatest moments are so hard to explain to those who take life for granted. I'm sure many of you don't know what it means to be Australian. It's not about your Wrangler jeans, open spaces of nothing called stations, and Australia full stop. There is a lot more to it. Have you ever woken at night and really needed the toilet, but could not go because you have sensor alarms on and therefore can't move? What about the odd occasion you feel sick or have to wake your mum at night? You better be careful, because if she wakes with a fright, you've got a gun to your head. There really is a lot more to Australia. Australia is the real home sweet home, and a place to hang your hat, without it getting stolen, of course. My greatest moments in life should now be appreciated by you all. Sitting on the veranda, watching the sunset in the west, with colours beaming out from all directions, birds singing in the trees, their children play underneath in the shade, compared to being locked in your home with prison bars as your windows. The greatest moment in life revolves around living in Australia. There is so much in this country you can do with your life. The moment I graduate from university in Australia and make something in my life, my parents will sit in the crowd, looking up at me in my toga, their hearts filled with pride and eyes with tears of joy and happiness. What a moment to look forward to. See how far I've come and what I have endured. I want to shout out to Aussies that life itself in Australia is the greatest you can wish for. It is with pride that I stand at the Australian flag. Each star on that flag becomes my shooting star, and I make a wish upon each one. Now I know that wishes do come true. Australia. I awake in my bedroom and pull across the curtain. Sun beats down, kookaburra sings. My lips instantly form into a smile. My eyes twinkle. My neighbour says, "G'day, mate," followed by a wave. Mum just got back from her jog. Dad his canoe. A teardrop softly rolls down my cheek, a feeling I've never felt before. True blue, my greatest moment.